I had started to build a retirement complex in a historic town called Lacana, Washington, and I knew that I had to build in this building a underground basement for parking, and the building was going to fit on this block that was literally sidewalk to sidewalk, sidewalk to sidewalk, 4 sides, and being in a historic town, you're under the microscope. You know how that goes, and of course, we had it engineered for water tightness and for water intrusion and all of that. And so we started to build this thing, and of course, we knew that when we dug down about 3.5 feet, we were going to hit water because we're right on the bay. And so we knew what our engineers had told us we needed to do, and we sized all of the pumps and did everything accordingly to what the engineers had recommended. And little did we know that what was happening wasn't working. The water was coming in so fast that we actually had to stop the job to get high tide and low tide charts for the ground, which are lag what's going on in the bay. Because when it's high tide, all the water comes in, and it takes a while to drain back out, even though it's low tide in the bay. So you have to have 2 charts. You have to have your high tide chart in the water, and then your land high tide. So with that, we had to stop the job and get up to snuff on when the groundwater was going to be the lowest so we can dig. And we started digging, and as fast as we could dig, the water kept coming in. And everything our engineers told us that was going to happen didn't happen. It got so bad that things were starting to collapse. And we were afraid that the ground would collapse as we were digging it and go into those sidewalks or even into the street. So we shut the job down, called the research center, and I said, I have a problem. I explained my problem. And they said, can you shoot us a map? So I shot them a set of blueprints and a map of the area. They did some research, and within maybe 4 hours, they called me back and they said, okay, we've got so-and-so on the phone, so-and-so on the phone. We had like the Concrete Institute, we had engineers on there, we had everybody on that phone that said, we want you to reverse what your engineers told you to do. We don't want you to pump any water out. We want you to pump water in. So now I had to reverse the pumping system to suck water out of the bay to fill this hole. And he said, I want you to raise the elevation 1 foot higher than the existing groundwater. We want you to do pressure this way so you won't have any collapsing. And I got to tell you, they saved me tens of thousands of dollars on just that part.